Hey Libra, I want to tell you to be leery of Pisces in the month of November. Just be leery of them, okay? And find out what sign people are. And if you get Pisces just for the month of November, keep your distance. I see very strong emotions coming up. Some of you could have relocated to a new state, a new town, a new job. Maybe there's a job transition. You could have actually relocated with a fire sign, or you want to relocate to a fire sign or whatever. And some of you are having a very hard time with adjusting to something no longer being maybe the way that you thought it was going to be, and you're judging yourself for it. Relocations are pretty difficult, okay? In fact, one of the questions that they ask, in hospitals, if a person is just feeling like their nerves are shot, they'll say, "Did you relocate?" "Yeah." "Uh-huh." "Did you break up with somebody?" Because those emotions are very hard to process. And sometimes things process quickly, sometimes slowly. And that's just a part of life. It's not that you're weak or you're bad or you're incompetent or you're trying to win and have one up by being over him or over her quicker than they are over you. You have your own journey, and obviously it's not with them in your life, so who really knows what their journey is? And who gives a fuck? I mean, you know what? Those of you who are hurting now, I remember 3 years ago, I was so in love with this Aquarius. Oh my God, you have no idea. I mean, maybe you do. Oh, baby. And so I would get butterflies in my stomach, and I usually don't. And I've kind of dated some extraordinarily beautiful people. This person was homely looking. Yeah. I mean, like, I don't think that the average person would have given, them a second thought. But that was, honey, that was my butter and bread. Not like that, but that was the hot sauce on greens as far as I was concerned. Okay, Tabasco. So, but now today, you guys, I hardly ever think about that person. Ever. The last time I thought about him, I had went on Facebook in order to put a picture up for, my job or something like that. And I saw that I got a message from the Aquarius asking was I okay, and the hurricane. And I'm telling you, those of you who have a heartbreak right now and you just feel like, oh, it's never going to end. I tell you this, I was shocked to see, the Aquarius's name, because it hadn't been in my head for, like, I hadn't even thought about that Aquarius in like 2 years. Or maybe a year. But oh my God, I was just laid out flat on the ground because we had this connection. All connections are not good connections. Okay, like there are some connections you can get with evil, like drugs. There are some drugs that get you a real strong connection, but all connections are not good connections, all right? All right, so what else, Libra? So Libra, I see that you guys are going to need to get as much strength as possible in your natural environment, mainly because of, for some of you, maybe a change of residence. Even if it happened 3 years ago, you're still adjusting. Maybe like I'm a Libra. I came from California to the South. And this card, the Knight of Wands, continues to come up when it talks about my present. And I'm like, I've been here for this many years, but it still comes up. It's like you're adjusting, you're adjusting, you're adjusting. So there may be some really residential changes. I know I talked to one Libra, she's moving to a brownstone with her husband or her boyfriend. I know another Libra who is relocating she's coming to Houston. Hey girl, what's up with you? You mad because I said that about the Leo? So anyway, there's one of my Libra girlfriends who was a client or is a client. She's relocating to be closer Well, she's relocating because she has a new job opportunity, but it would be closer to a guy. And a lot of you could be using romance now to kind of like just get over the hump. And that's, really understandable. It seems like there's a fire sign that's coming in as in opposition. Maybe an Aries, a Sagittarius, or Leo. This could be a Leo. Yeah. hmm Anyway, whoever this person is, a fire sign is coming in opposition, or this could have been a third party situation in which somebody had a main woman and they were just like running out of your life, and they were just kind of the Knight of Wands, they were just running out of your life. They wanted maybe to hit it and quit it, something like that, because they have a primary partner. Okay. And the reason that you chose somebody who already had a primary partner, because like I said in the other videos, um, if I really wanted a relationship, if we really wanted a relationship, we would not go to somebody who already has one. Okay. Like, I asked a player one time, I said, why do you think women are okay with being second fiddle? He said, they're crazy. So he knows that he has a main woman and he goes and he fucks with other people. And he said that the thing that will make a person stay and be the side person is because they're crazy. That is exactly what was told to me by a player. So I'm not saying that you're crazy, but I think that if you choose those people that are already committed, you're actually smart, because you don't really want a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Not a lot of you. Now, some of you do, some of you don't. But it seems like, at the root of this, at the foundation of why this is happening, it looks like a lot of it had to do with the move for some of you, and adjusting to it. So, like, maybe some of you got involved with someone that you normally would never get involved with if, in fact, you had adjusted to the move a little better. With some support. I see you getting some support too. You need some support. Like, if you relocated, or you have a new job or something like that, you need support. Okay. So it looks like you need support. And so if not, you're going to get it from the opposite sex, but that's not really what you need right now. What's behind you is the devil. So a lot of you are letting go of some toxic situation. I mean, you're not even looking at it. You're just really looking at other things. Okay, these popped out. The renewal and the Nine of Swords. So it looks like you made a final decision, or you're going to be making a final decision, finally, maybe to really let go of a third party situation, because you didn't want it anyway. It's just some people are addicted to abandoning. It's called abandoholism. Like, they were abandoned or abused or left as a child, and they keep acting it out and acting it out and acting it out and acting it out and acting it out because they're not working it out. Okay. And so, like, trauma experiences that we've had to see, this is trauma. When I get the Nine of Swords, somebody has been traumatized. Okay. Because the Nine of Swords, those are the type of thoughts that are just flat out freaking crazy. Just crazy. Like, nobody's going to ever love me again. I'm not lovable because this one person didn't love me. There's not going to ever, never, ever be somebody with whom I've had that connection. Something is wrong with me. I'm bad. I'm wrong. I'm worthless. I'm no good. It's my fault. If he loved me, he would have left her. If she loved me, just crazy thoughts. Thoughts that really indicate that it's time to seriously talk to somebody. The Empress. I love this card. Some of you are in real estate because the hurricane didn't bother you. So some of you, ooh, excuse me, are going to be moving forward, but in the next couple of months, in regards to getting stuff together for real estate. This also represents like a motherly figure, getting nurtured. So it looks like you guys are trying to adjust to some type of major shift. It could be a loss. Maybe you lost something, because I do see that I see that you lost interest in a third party situation. They may be trying to contact you, okay, and maybe not know that they're blocked, or I don't know, or I see them contacting you in a way that you don't anticipate, like it just hits you from the left. Anyway, I see there is a third party situation that you extricated yourself from. This is similar to Gemini's. Yeah. Um, Mainly maybe because of a child. Maybe they had a child, but it wasn't what you wanted anyway. And it looks like you kind of focused your energies on just working. And it looks like, again, it looks like travel issues or relocating had something to do with what's going on. Some of you are traveling. You already have those travel plans made. They said use your intuition with dealing with this Cancer or this person that you're going to go see. It could be a Capricorn, a Taurus, a Libra. Okay. I see you really being motivational and inspirational in the month of November. I also see a Sagittarius man who may approach you, maybe a Leo, possibly an Aries man. I also see you guys like really taking on this motivational energy and broadcasting it. So some of you are broadcasters, some of you are movie makers, some of you are married and you're going to be cheating. Some of you are dealing with a married man. Some of you are dealing with a man who, likes to see two different people. And I just see you going through the pain and heartache of that choice, But see, the truth of the matter, baby girl, is, well, how much more time do we have? The truth of the matter, baby girl, is anything that you stop feeding, it'll stop growing, right? And like you may say, I love this person, but sometimes you have to love people at a distance, especially if their love is causing you to feel this type of pain. Okay, like you got to find out like what is the root of this triangle. Find out, well, did your mom choose Becky over you and you were trying to win your mom's approval? If triangles interest you, it's rooted in something because it's insane. And some people just stay in it for years and years and years because once you get into it, it's really hard to cut them off. All right. But can I tell you something? The one who doesn't have anybody, you need to listen to Nina Simone's song called "The Other Woman." She says at the end, she will spend her life alone. Right. So I see that you guys are moving to a better place about this, though. You're moving on. And I do feel like somebody is going to be coming with their offer of love to you. And I see somebody who's going to be coming who's marriage material, too. I see somebody involved with a Scorpio, a Pisces, or Cancer. And this person could have a PhD or have a latter degree. Like they could have a master's degree. So yeah, I see that happening. Some of you guys are going to run into them. So I see that some of you are going to be producing makeup. I see makeup artists here. But for the most part, I just see November being a really positive emotional place, okay? Like deep healing, maybe deep healing from the last situation. Some of you are not jumping into another relationship at all. It's like you're just studying. Oh, some of you getting ready to go to school. Next month you might be registering for the January class, okay? Also, some of you may be doing some deep healing, like a therapy coach, life coach, AA, BA, CA, AB. So I see some of you are still heartbroken a little bit over an earth sign, possibly. And it looks like by November you kind of get a little bit more balance. I see your guards are still up, though. But it doesn't look like your guards need to be up. I do feel like there will be some type of attempt with communicating with you. And what it will lead to is to a reunion of friends, but a reunion of friends in which it would just be a sex thing. So if that's what you want, but if you don't, if you hear from, one of these people that resonates, I'm so sleepy. It's like so late, but I wanted to get the Libra video out. I would wouldn't even deal with the soulmate. I mean, I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but sometimes there's just no easy way to say goodbye. And sometimes, there's just no easy way to say fuck off, and take this bullshit with you and your bitch or your nigga or, or your person or your ex. You know what I'm saying? Who needs that? Who needs that? Obviously, we did. And I think a lot of it has to do with the transitioning of a residence or a new job and just kind of adjusting. Even though it was a really good thing for you, Libra, it looked like it was a real good move. Yeah, it looks like it was great. It's just that, it's going to take some time to adjust. The Knight of Coins doesn't get off his horse. And they're saying, just keep to yourself, follow your intuition. The Hermit also talks about going within, and just kind of respecting that God's timing, because his ways are not our ways and his thoughts are not our thoughts. So I remember one time I had asked God to help me to stop drinking, and it was an excruciating battle. Do you hear me? I mean, like, it was off, because normally I can ask something and, if you have the faith, it moves. It can move mountains. But not that mountain. And it took 2.5 years of constant prayer on that thing. Now, because it was a hard victory, I don't fuck with alcohol. Now, if it was easy, okay, God just took it. Because that's what happened the first time. The first time he just took it, and then something boo-hooed, I'm boo-hooing, and I'm back to drinking again, right? I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. I rebuke that. So something happened, and I got to boo-hooing again, and then when I boo-hooed, I went and I got some wine. And I had to, I had to start all over again. Okay, because sometimes you can pass this invisible line with alcohol. Okay, you can pass this invisible line to where, it's just too much. So I just want to conclude by saying, because when I prayed, and it took 2.5 years, 2.5 years, and I finally got a reprieve, and now it's been 10 years since I have drank. But if I didn't have that 2.5 year struggle in the beginning, I don't think I would have really learned my lesson. Okay, so sometimes soulmates come along to teach us how important it is to stay focused on what it is that you really do want. Okay, and not okay, so this card, the Six of Cups reverse and the Ten of Cups, it's reverse. They're like, it's like it's reverse. What we are focused on, some people are after soulmates that already have that, and it's just really important to get what we want. They said that a lot of us just need a permanent job, and that it will balance everything out. Okay, if you want a reading, contact me at LibraWoman77@yahoo.com. And thank you so much. I'm ready to about drop. I'm so sleepy. All right, God bless.